everyone, welcome to another interesting episode of the Anti-Pharmacist podcast. And I want to say happy Easter to all Christians all over the world, especially to my listeners. I hope you had a nice Easter celebration with family. Yes, this is Easter Monday, and I know that we are still enjoying the Easter break. In this episode, I'll be discussing with you some causes of therapeutic failure. Okay, I know that in my previous episode, some of them have mentioned this over and over again, but I believe that this episode is necessary to marry everything and put them all in one place so that you can get definitive answers to that your question, which is, why is my drug not working? Okay, so without further ado, let me just get right into it. Oftentimes, patients go to their healthcare professionals, their pharmacists, and others to their doctors, and they complain, diagnoses are made, prescriptions are written, recommendations are made. They get these medications, but then they realize that after using the medications, the condition still persists. Then they are wondering, what is the problem? Why is my drug not working? Is it that this doctor does not know what he's doing? Or this pharmacist does not know their work? This brings to mind something that happened to me a while back, a few years ago. I actually recommended some treatment to this young patient that came in with their mother and given specific instructions on how to use it. It's actually a skin infection, so I gave some topical treatment, right? After about 3 weeks, this mother came back into the pharmacy shouting that the drug you gave my daughter did not work. That thing did not do anything. I just wasted my money and all of that. Then I calmed her down and had to ask questions. Let us see why this drug is not working. And this was when it was revealed to me some of the reasons why medications do not work as they should. The common assumption by most people is that, that medication, it must be fake. That's why it did not work for me. It's not the usual brand I get. That is why it did not work for me. But that may not be the case, which is why I'll be highlighting some reasons why your medication may not work, in quotes. Number 1 is your belief. I know it might sound strange to some people that what does belief have to do with this? In psychology of medicine, what you believe most times is what will work for you. It is backed by science, by research. In fact, there's something called the placebo effect. It was found out that in an experiment in which people were made to believe that a particular molecule contained something which it didn't contain. In fact, it was just a placebo. That is something that does not have any therapeutic effect, and it was administered to these people, but they were made to believe that it actually can treat that condition. And at the end of that survey, it was found out that these people reported that they felt better, even though that thing had no therapeutic effect. That is what we call the placebo effect. There are people that have so much believed in a particular treatment or in a particular person that whatever they give them, they believe it will work, and that is what will happen. While others, if they don't find that particular brand of medication, they'll believe it would not work, and it won't, because this brain is a complex organ in the body. There's a way the brain can trick your body into a lot of things. Some people are so brand centric that if they can't find a particular brand, they believe that it won't work. As long as you're getting it from the right source, from the right professional, be sure that that medication contains what you need to feel better. Okay, we have regulatory bodies in all countries, especially Nigeria that I'm talking from, that make sure that these medications contain what they should contain, and they should be able to work as they should, as long as you get them from the right source. So that is very important. So that is number 1, psychology. What you believe. That is why I tell my patients, just believe that this medication will work. Trust me as your healthcare provider. Trust your doctor. They have gone to school. They have undergone training, before they came to the society to attend to you. So trust them completely about your health. Follow their advice to the letter, and you will see a difference. That is about psychology. Number 2 is non-adherence. I've said this over and over and over again. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, let me tell you again that not adhering to your medication, not just in terms of dosage, but even duration, could lead to therapeutic failure, in which you will not get the result you are supposed to get, thereby frustrating yourself and your healthcare provider. You are asked to use 2 tablets of a medication every 12 hours for 7 days. You used 2 every 24 hours. For that same 7 days, you will not get your result. You used 2 every 8 hours. For that same 7 days, you might not get the result. You might get more of the side effect. You used 2 for that 12 hours, but for 3 days or for 5 days, you might get temporary relief, and this condition might actually return depending on what it is. So non-adherence or partial adherence is another cause of therapeutic failure. In the case of my patient, I actually found out that mother used the medication for this child because the child could not administer for herself. She was young, for only a few days, as opposed to my warning. It was a fungal infection which required a longer treatment period. She was supposed to use this for 4 weeks. She used for maybe a week or 2 and discontinued because that condition subsided. The physical symptoms subsided, there was relief, she didn't see that thing anymore, and she stopped. But then it came back, and that was when she came to the pharmacy to fight me that I didn't give her the right medication. It was upon interview that I realized and made her know that you are the cause of this therapeutic failure. Not because I gave you the wrong medication, but because you didn't use it for the right duration, or because you saw a relief and you stopped, which should not be. A third cause of therapeutic failure is misdiagnosis. See, nobody is above mistake, okay? Nobody is above mistake. Your symptom might overlap with the symptom of another condition, and so there might be misdiagnosis of your condition in which we are treating something similar to the case that you actually have, which is why diagnosis is very important. It is also why you should answer your healthcare provider's questions as truthfully as possible without thinking they are intruding into your personal life. Okay, testing is very important. When your healthcare provider sent you to the lab, do not think it's a waste of your time, your energy, or your money. It's to be able to find the culprit, the reason for your condition, so that it can be treated appropriately. Which is why you should see healthcare providers, professionals, and not just anybody that claims to be what they're not. Okay, there might even be courses to refer you to specialists. Do you understand? So that is that. And another is drug interactions. This is why you need your pharmacist. Drug interactions could actually cause therapeutic failure, in which the effect of one drug cancels the other. I've talked extensively about drug interactions on this podcast. Drug interaction, drug food interaction, drug disease interaction, drug physiological condition interaction, like when you're pregnant, when you're immune compromised. Please refer back to those podcast episodes so that you can know some drugs to avoid, when you are taking a particular food, or some food to avoid when you're taking a particular drug. You could also ask your pharmacist. That's why they're there for you. This is another cause, major one in fact, of therapeutic failure. Okay, and lastly, the other reason for therapeutic failure that I want to let you know is genetics. Do you know that medicine is now going towards personalized therapy, in which we will know the genes that you have and tailor your medicine to those genes? There are people that are called fast metabolizers. There are those that are called slow metabolizers. Okay, some we have an enzyme that degrades a particular medication more than others, so that drug will not take the number of days or hours it's supposed to take in the body before it is washed out of the system. Then therapeutic failure results. You see, all of this together are the reasons why you need your healthcare providers. When you take a medication and you do not get relief, do not be so quick to blame your pharmacist or your doctor. Always go back for feedback. That is why follow-up is very important. We give you this medication. You might take your details, your number, just to be sure that you're using this medication the right way, and to ask about the prognosis. How are you feeling now? Don't feel like we are invading your privacy when we ask these questions. These are pertinent questions for you. I hope that you got my point. The first reason for therapeutic failure, or why your medication is not working, It's maybe your psychology, your belief about that medication and the person giving it to you. Number 2, like I said, is non-adherence or inappropriate adherence. Number 3, like I said, is misdiagnosis, which can happen to anybody because of overlapping symptoms. Number 4 is drug interactions. Drug interactions could actually cause therapeutic failure. And lastly, genetics. That's another reason. What you have in your body that may not be present in another person's body, that could be the cause of your medication not working as it should. In all of this, always trust your healthcare provider. They have undergone the necessary training, and they're probably still undergoing training even as they are attending to you, because healthcare profession is not one that you study conclusively. It is what you study continuously. There is mandatory compulsory professional development for healthcare providers so that they can update themselves with global best practices, all for your own good. So please trust your pharmacist, trust your doctors, trust your healthcare provider. When they tell you to go to the lab for a test, please do that. If you have any limitation, let them know. Let them become like your coach. Just like people that go to the gym have personal trainers, to help them meet their body goals. Also see your healthcare provider as your therapeutic personal trainer, as that person that will help you overcome that health condition at that particular time. Follow the instructions to the letter. If there's any question, ask. Do not internalize or assume anything, so that you get the best from your medication. Because I tell you for a fact, the reason that medication was made in the first place was to combat that your health condition, not to add to it or to waste your money, your time, your energy, to frustrate you. Do you understand? But to make you feel better, to get value for your money and your time, and to restore your body from a pathological condition back to your physiological condition. I hope that you understand all of this. Yes, that is what I want to discuss with you today on this episode of the Anti-Pharmacist Podcast. I hope that you got value. If you have questions further on this topic, please do not hesitate to send to me via DM on my social media platforms, Anti-Pharmacist Podcast on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, Fan Podcaster on X, Baby Sola Debisi just on LinkedIn, and you can also email me. I always say it, anti-pharmacistpodcast@gmail.com. Send me your question, send me your suggestions, send me calls for collaboration. I'll be sure to attend to all of them. Do not forget to like, to share, to subscribe, to comment on this podcast for more visibility, so that more people can gain knowledge about their medications, the use of them, and their health in general. And also on YouTube, subscribe, guys, please. It is free. Subscribe, so that whenever I drop my podcast, you'll be notified. And please do not just listen, like and comment as well. This helps the algorithm to pick up the podcast and suggest to more people, so that more people can know about this. All right, thank you so much for always being there to support your girl. Please continue. Do not stop. Till next time, stay healthy and God bless you. Bye.